Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Fire 716 Radio. I have a guest here. Her name is Jayajane Taylor. And the podcast today is about the topic is your motivation behind your decisions. So how are you today?
I'm actually really good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So you want to tell us a little something about yourself?
Well, I just graduated college 2 weeks ago, not 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, with a BA in market. I'm in communications with a minor in marketing. Um, I just turned 22 also,
Okay.
so two really big things happened to me, and now I am just figuring out life.
Okay. Well, I know your grandma would be so proud of you. You know, that's my godmother, Janice Brown. And I noticed that your background is kind of like mine because when we were younger, my mom would send us to Mississippi and it'll be me and six boys, and I was the only girl. So I had to be even tougher because growing up with boys, you know, you gotta, well, we did all kinds of things like whatever the boys did, I did, but I had to be better because I was the oldest of them all. But in your case, you're the only girl, right?
Well, not anymore, but growing up, I was the only girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the boys.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I know you got little
Mhm.
ones, but now you have some little ones that you can help bring up or what have you. But
Yeah.
yeah, you was in the same boat for a minute. The only girl and how many boys?
I think it's six. I don't know how many. It's like
About the
it's
same.
six of them.
Yeah.
No, it's four of them. No, it's six of them.
So was it tough for you growing up with them?
Um, no, I feel like growing up, my mom and Chantrell tried to like raise us like very close.
Mm-hmm.
Like my grandmother was. It was only her, so everyone was really close. I felt like I had a very nice childhood.
Yeah.
Um, growing up, I they wouldn't. The only one who I would argue with was Amir, and I think it was just because like we were in the same age, so it was easier for him to pick on me. But
Mm-hmm.
everyone else, they still do now. Like they treated me as like the precious little sister or something, and
Mm-hmm.
that's never gonna change. So
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't hard for me growing up. I appreciate them a lot. So yeah.
Okay. So what motivated you to uh continue your drive with your education, because in our era it was like, you know, we were having the kids, and if you don't have the motivation like within the walls, sometimes you don't have the motivation inside the walls. So if your family is like pleased with however your life is going, you won't have the person there to push you. So did anyone push you to achieve what you have achieved, or
I
what
would
was the drive
I
for
would
you?
say that like by the time I got to like 8th grade, I knew I wanted to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Um I wouldn't say like I was pushed. I was more so motivated just by like everyone around me.
Okay.
Um and not even just in my family, but just I did multiple things growing up. Like I was involved in cheerleading, I was involved like I worked different places and stuff. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I was just surrounded by multiple different people who gave me different perspectives on things. And I
Okay.
was like, okay, like from like taking in like what each different group taught me,
Mm-hmm.
from that it was like, okay, this is what I want to do with my life. Um and then once I got to like my senior year, I started applying for colleges. I know this is kind of going off topic, but
Yeah.
I applied to I applied to a few colleges, and then I applied to a program at Niagara called Niagara University Opportunity Program. Um, and when I applied to that particular program, um, the advisors, they were just like, not the advisors, the directors and the assistant directors of the program were just very welcoming and stuff. And then I seen how everyone in the program interacted with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, I was like, okay, yeah, this is where I want to go. So I
Okay.
just always knew that I was going to college.
Okay. So for it to be, you said like kind of like the first generation for
Hmm.
you to graduate college, um, it's kind of hard if you don't have the support that you have, because, like I said, people. I'm gonna use me for an example. If you're not pushed or you don't have the motivation or the drive, um, you'll just be content with your life. And so, me being my age, I feel like it's not too late to do something different. But, the era in the city, a lot of people don't look at education as something major. You know what I mean? So with you doing what you did, you can show other young ladies that they can do it as well. You know what I mean? So I really commend you on all your success, and I know you're going somewhere. Yeah.
Thank you. Just to like backtrack off what you were saying. So one thing that I've learned, um, just like observing different people, is that people think that they're just designated to one particular path in life, and that's never the case. Like we have so much time in, like we don't but we do at the same time. So it's like if you're interested in this thing, go for it. Like
Hmm.
don't just try to stick to one path. And I was like, everyone was asking me like what do I want to do for the rest of my life, like after graduating, and I'm like, I know I'm not going to stick to just one thing. Like there's multiple things that I want to do. I know I want to go back to grad school. Eventually I want to go for my PhD for something completely different than what my undergrad was in. Like I know all of these things, and I know I'm not just
Yeah.
supposed to stick to just one particular career path. So
Hmm.
one thing that is important to realize is that you have the opportunity to do anything that you put your mind to.
Exactly.
And then with education, with being first generation, it was it wasn't that hard for me. Just because like I said, I have well, like you said, I have a really good support system.
Hmm.
Like my family is I
Yeah.
love my family. I really do. Like I'm very blessed with the family that I have.
Hmm.
And then also with me going to Niagara, I'm very thankful for the path that I had in college, because I was surrounded by so many people who actually cared about me, like my professors, my
Hmm.
advisors. I talk to my advisors like all the time, you know. Um my grandmother passed away my freshman year, and that is like
Yeah.
that was very difficult, especially
Hmm.
being like a freshman. It's like, okay, like I'm adjusting to like a different scenery right now,
Hmm.
but there were multiple people at Niagara who were helping me get through it, and not just from that fall that she passed away. They helped me throughout the whole entire the
Okay.
rest of the year. So I had like a very great, I say this all the time, like my college experience was wonderful.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. So, for other young ladies that's thinking about um, finishing college or what have you, could you tell them a little something about different programs they have? Because, a lot of young ladies are mothers, and, but they don't have to just stay stuck at being a parent. They could still continue their education. Could you share something with them about that? Do they have like a daycare or some kind of help with, you know, that?
At Niagara, honestly, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I
No.
I don't believe so. But I mean, if you talk to the right people, one thing that's very important in life is to network with people. You talk to the
Hmm.
right people and you figure out things, and it's like, okay, so this is how I go about this situation. This is how I go about that situation. If there's someone who has a young child and is my age or a couple years older than me and they're looking to go to school, just get yourself out there, talk to different like advisors in different colleges and stuff and see like what do they think about this, what do they think will be like the right fit for you. But there's always something for someone.
Okay, so Frank, did you have anything you want to talk to Miss Jayajane about or share with her? Because, like she said, she was in marketing and things of that nature. So,
What made you get into that field? What was the motivation for that?
So growing up, I really enjoyed writing a lot. Um, so I always knew that I was going to go to school for like journalism or something.
Hmm.
But what's really funny was I applied to each school that I applied to, I applied for different things.
Hmm.
Like some schools I applied for psychology, and then some schools I applied for like journalism and
Hmm.
stuff. And then when I got to Niagara, I was actually a psych major for my first semester, and I hated it. So they put me into this program called AEP, which is the Academic Exploration Program, and that program basically just helps you find your niche, what
Hmm.
works for you. Um, so I took different classes. I took a lot of communication classes, and then I took a lot of marketing classes. And I honestly, I love communications, but marketing is
it
where
seemed
it's
like a
at.
No
high
valid, for
demand.
sure,
Marketing is
for
where it's
sure.
at. Like
Yeah, it's high demand.
honestly, I wish I would have kind of did it the other way, like majored in marketing and minored in communications.
Yeah.
But marketing is a very important thing. We don't realize it, but like everybody's marketing. Like when you
Period.
Hmm.
promote your
Hmm.
radio station, you're marketing.
Absolutely.
And when you hire me, I'm
Okay,
but
she putting it out there.
Valid.
no, I really just I enjoy writing
Hmm.
and then learning like different things about marketing and stuff like before I declared it was very it was very interesting just to see like different like inputs and stuff
No,
on
for
it.
sure. Because I went to school with culinary arts at first for cooking.
Hmm.
Then I skipped class and went to acting classes. I said, "Oh, this is what I want to do." Then I left school and went back for communication. So I definitely understand that journey. And marketing is very important. And we can look forward to see what you get bring to the table.
Hmm.
So for sure. I think that's really far as the motivation because sometimes I think you don't know what you enjoy until you're exposed to it at times.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So one of my goals is to expose people to something. Oh, I might like this, I might enjoy that, but if you're not exposed to it, how would you know?
Hmm.
So
If you don't mind me asking, where'd you go to school?
I went to ECC. I went to ECC. I first went to NCCC. My storyline a little different. Don't judge me. Then I went to ECC for communications, and that's where I fell in love with radio. I interned in Buffalo, and then I was graced to have my own. And I was like, "Oh, I like communications. I enjoy doing this. Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is lit. Oh, I'm somebody." So it just went
Hmm.
on. So
Yeah, and I think that's another thing too. Like taking a lot of my classes, I'm like communications. Like it's very there's so many different like aspects to communications, and you can honestly put your foot in each and every one of them.
yeah,
Um, and then like I've taken like a lot of different classes, like broadcasting classes, PR classes, and stuff. And it's just like all this stuff is it's just like so interesting to me. Like I really do enjoy it.
Well, you guys are the upfront people.
hmm
I like to communicate behind the scenes and do my business behind the
yeah.
scenes.
So I think here you go. You got me talking now. I was
Hmm.
gonna say nothing.
Hmm.
I think that the transition of things is that what you consider behind the scenes needs to be marketed properly.
Okay.
Because I think the ideas and the thoughts that you have, if it's not marketed well,
Hmm.
we don't know it well. Now, for the city of Niagara Falls, you notice that we can have an event and the event can take place, it can happen, and we don't realize till afterwards that the event ever happened.
Ever
That's a
happen.
marketing problem. You
Yeah.
haven't marketed right. You haven't broadcasted right. And
Hmm.
we think it's just a Facebook post or whatever. So what the idea, welcome to the table, of the company of Hanley Holdings LLC is to be a marketing company. The
Okay.
goal is to take this is just one avenue that we
Hmm.
use for marketing, but the goal is to take your idea, your concept, give you good visual presentation to give you access to things so that when people see it, they're not turned off by it. They're like, oh,
Okay.
what is this?
Okay.
That's why we, the flyer. We revamped that. When we see it, oh, that looks fun. We want to be a part of that, and that's what we do. So we take the idea that you
And
have
blow it up.
and blow it up. So we take advantage of the social media, the TikTok, the Snapchat, the Facebook, the Instagram, seeing your flyer at a store, whatever the case may be. That's what the idea of Hanley Holdings is, and the radio portion is just one vein
Okay.
of marketing in that
Okay.
broadcast. So that's why we're trying to get people do other additional things. Like coming on the radio is great, talking is great, but once you get off of here, how do we see you continually? So I think this is a great conversation, right on time.
I need to step out the box, and it's not about being seen for me. It's about putting it out there, and the kids enjoy whatever it is that I'm presenting. And like you said, I need more exposure.
Absolutely.
And I'm the type of person don't really like exposure,
for sure.
but I have to if I really truly want to meet the needs of the children.
Like for example,
and the women.
This is just a fresh thought that came to me. So you're not a visual front person. I get it. So, but if your event is fire enough or is lit enough, and you can, maybe you don't have to show them to the end. Hey, it was me. What's up? But you got bounce houses, you got prizes, you got gifts, you got characters. So when people come, or who put this on, they may hear the name T.Q.I.AM. Oh, this is lit. Who's that? Bam. Oh, it's me. Okay, bam. So the next event is just the more you do, the more they can see. And then when they see you, it's like, oh yeah, they can be like, that's that lady who be doing all the events. But they know you for that. For example, I'm known for people to be the prayer warrior because I pray. And that's what I do. So when they be say, oh, pray, okay, can you pray for me?
Pray for me.
That's one. Oh, Big Frank, 5716 Radio. That's all that is marketing. All that is, so that's what we come to do. So I'm excited. Don't y'all get me too excited.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
Well, yeah, I have to get myself out there. You can be a person that can help me get out there. Frank knows that I'm like real multiple when it comes to the scene. I can do it with just my voice without you seeing me. Put the thing together. You don't have to know it's me. Just like when the flyer was made, I was like, could you just take that off the top of there, and just, because it's not about the name, it's about helping people. But I understand what you're saying.
Because as much as we as Christians, forgive me again, it's spiritual. We try to, I call it false humility. I get the fact that we want to be humble about it, but the truth of the matter is that you are a book. What good is a book hidden?
Exactly.
What good? You are the book. You are the storyline, and nobody's going to tell you the story better than you. So there's no problem with your name or what you represent being public, because how do we identify who's doing what? You're the book. So that when they begin to write about you, because you've been hidden in the background, they don't know who's doing nothing, but now I got to come see you because you've done this, this, and this. Not saying that you're trying to, your goal is self-clout, but what it is your name needs to be on it because you're doing something positive. And God gets the glory through you through these methods. So when you start talking about marketing has, I'm so Jesus. Marketing has a spiritual responsibility as well, because if you are a living epistle, your life on display helps me.
Yeah.
Even if I knew you before you knew Jesus, your storyline or whatever, the mystery to how you got from where you were to where you are is compelling to me.
Yeah.
I want to know. So you want to talk about your old friends back in the day, friends, and them struggling, but they can see you and say, yo, Felicia made it out. Matter of fact, I was at that same party with Felicia doing yada, 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 but she made it out. Now you don't even realize that you are a market for God's story in your life and what you're doing. And they're like, yo, how did she do it? So when they talk to you, you go tell them about God. All right, let me go try this man for myself and see what's going on. So all these components play a role.
And that's why I want to have events for young men and women, because I could tell them the story and it can probably save them for wanting to be a street person or involved in doing the drug.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's my goal, is to stop and prevent all of whatever.
You got it.
Yeah.
And we got this new staff member who gonna help you. You know?
Okay.
It's
Yes.
valid.
Serious.
No, for sure. And we're gonna talk
Yes.
the details in just a few minutes, but for sure.
Okay. But thank you guys for tuning in. You have anything else to say, Miss Sinead?
No.
And thank you guys for tuning in to Fire 716 Radio. And I have an event coming up on June 24th from 2 to 5, and it's lots of activities for the kids and bounce houses, face painting, and lots more prizes and giveaways. So if you guys are not doing anything that day, I know it's a couple of events going on that day, but please stop by and check us out. And you guys have a blessed day until next week. And download the app Fire 716 Radio.
T.Q.I.AM, the Queen I Am with Felicia Gaddis. Her story, her experience, her wisdom. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. at Fire 716 Radio. T.Q.I.AM inspires, uplifts, and transform. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
Kingdom Love Outreach Ministry presents Where Are Thy Kingsmen? Men of Valor, Saturday, June 24th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 1800 Clinton Street in the city of Buffalo, New York. The visionary evangelist Angela Miller. Hosted by Pastor Bertha Brinson. Worship psalmist Nia Badger. Speakers, Pastor Alan R. Core, Elder Frank Hanley, and Minister Malik Fuller. Tickets are $30. Food, gifts, prizes. For more information, contact 716-609-5988.